Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Suited Dan coming to you on a surprising Monday night for Poker on Air. Tonight, the reason we're broadcasting tonight is we are hosting the Akron, Ohio Poker League. This is their half-season final game of the season. It's a progressive pot. I will get you guys the total prize pool a little bit later. They're bringing those details back to me. And the reason I'm hanging out here all by myself is that Troy, or Trevor, Trevor, whichever one you want to call him, he's actually playing in tonight's game. So week after week, you guys have been watching, listening to Trevor talk about poker and his poker theory, and today you get to see him put it into action. So we're going to get started. I'm going to take you to the table, and we're going to introduce some of the players. You may have seen some of them before, but here's some of our local Akron talents from the Akron Poker League. Seat in seat one. You know him. You love him. It is Trevor. Give a wave, Trevor. Maybe he can't hear me. Yo, yo, yo. Next to him is Don, member of the Akron Poker League. I think this is his first or second season playing in the Akron Poker League, but he's made the final table tonight. We'll talk more about how you can qualify for this final game of the season. Sitting in seat number 3 is Ron. Ron is a frequent visitor to the Cleveland Horseshoe Poker Room. Loves the tournament play. Also a member of the Akron Poker League. Sitting next to him is Rick. Rick's been a member of the Akron Poker League, I think, for a couple seasons. And he's here tonight winning his seat by points. And look forward to seeing him play tonight. Next to him in seat 5 is Brad. Brad, again, is a newer member to the Akron Poker League. Akron Poker League's been in existence for a few years. But there's Brad in seat 5. Looks like they're dealing out some cards, so we'll introduce the players as we continue on. Seat 6 is Ryan. I think you may have seen him before in a couple Rubber City Cash games. Goes by Posse in our chat room. And next to him is Cream Pie. Cream Pie Paul Boston. You've seen him in the announcer booth here. He is also one of the co-founders of Poker on Air and a longtime member of the Akron Poker League, playing in the final game. Oh, Trevor just sits down at the table and gets pocket aces. Let's track some of the action here before we move on. Hey, can we get the mics at the table lifted up a little bit, please? Thank you. So Trevor raised it to 150. Don called with an ace-3 suited. Action is on Trevor. 99% favor to win this pot, guys. Bet 225 and he takes it. If we can kick the camera back over to seats 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Sitting in seat 6 is Paul Cream Pie Boston. And next to him in the blue is Steve. Steve is a longtime member of the Akron Poker League, and he's actually, this is like his 3rd or 4th straight year that he was the point leader coming out of the regular season. So Steve, great tournament player. I like to call him my pseudo father, but he's a good guy, Steve Day. And next to him is Tony, one of the co-founders. You've seen him before here on Poker on Air. He's another co-founder as well, and he's the person that runs the Akron Poker League. And finally, next to him is Golf Ball Paul, which you guys know is also affiliated with Poker on Air, and you've seen him many times on our Tuesday night broadcast. Right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 players. 40% of the field is Poker on Air employees, and Len and I are hanging out because we're not playing, so you have to deal with me tonight.
You can show what you had, Rick?
Yeah, flip them over.
I thought that was the rule.
At some point, Len, Steve out on the table has, Steve has the prize pool for tonight and the payouts. So if you could grab that from him at some point and bring it back to me, that'd be great. As you can see, it's Monday night. We're a little short-handed on staff as we normally run full staff on Tuesdays, so Trevor's kind of taking the role of the dealer as well. Just because he knows how to operate the table. RFID cards. Each individual card is chipped with its own identification, and if you see those dark circles on the table, the players will hover their cards over there to make sure that they're red. And the reason that they do a delay and why they look at their cards somewhat delayed is because the guy running the chipboard wants to make sure that everyone's hand is red before players actually do any action. So the starting stacks, I believe, were 8,000 in chips for tonight. Blind started at 25.50. They will increase every 18 minutes. Kishku, I saw your comment and I was trying to get to you, but that's the reason why there's a delay. Most people, like you're saying, would actually look at the cards, as they get them, or it's up to the individual in their play. However, on our table, we want to make sure that the system has read everyone's hand before they start moving them around.
350.
The actual meetup group, Julie, has, I think, well over 600 members. I think we average anywhere from 20 to 30 people on a given Monday. Meet every other Monday night.
It would probably be helpful if you bet that you verbalize it to help for now.
Okay.
Since we don't have a dealer that normally announces.
You didn't know what, he's not gonna know what to
Oh, no,
say.
that's something in the hand.
Oh, they're out there playing poker.
Yes, I agree with you, Zach.
I'll throw that out. Yell
We will have a dealer. This is not normally Zacon 1. This is not normally our broadcast night, so a lot of our staff is not here and or playing in the game. So we do have a dealer set up, but it's probably going to be once we lose a player. As you can see, I'm in the announcer booth all by myself.
I don't have my phone, Chris.
And I got one person running the cameras for me tonight. And everyone else gets to play poker.
No, I need all the help I can get.
Ryan has pocket sixes. Looks like he raised it to 225. Fold action. Don't think he's going to get any callers.
I got a show.
Yeah. Hit the button.
Basic.
You just play to get here. Short break.
When you bust out, you can confirm that ace.
Just one table.
I think it was players.
An ace is,
I think. Technologically advanced.
Until it's not. And then you go, what's that? What did I get myself into? Yeah, what'd I do? I am pretty technological. Well, that's, you got that going for you.
way to say that.
Technical, I just can't talk. Yeah, he just can't
All right,
say
we're
it.
good.
He
All right,
says
we're
it,
good.
he just can't say it.
Good call.
Call.
If you guys scream super loud, whatever you do. Let me see. Yeah. Fold!
All right. Just trying to request the total payouts for tonight so I can let you guys know what all 10 players are playing for. It should be coming back to me any second now. Sorry for the radio silence. Just quick feedback from the audience. Any problems with video, audio? We had some problems last week. Just want to make sure everything is broadcasting fine.
Do you have the cameras auto flipping tonight, or no? No.
Get it? Actually, here? I'll let you know now.
On me?
Yep.
All right.
Just try to give me a shot of the bets. Check.
300 bet by Paul Moskowitz, who flops top 2 pair. Ron calls, opening it straight draw and bottom pair. Ron's going to get there.
4 bills.
Ron bets out 400. Paul does call. And now we're going to chop this pot.
You both have a straight. Both have a straight.
I needed a wingman tonight. I need some volunteers. That's going to rely on the chat room this evening.
Lay the board!
I had 2 pairs as well.
Nobody had a, nobody,
No one had it.
Nobody had a club, nobody had an ace.
Good hand, guys. Well played.
Perfectly.
In fact, a little bit later, B Million is in the house. He's going to come run back here and hang out with me this evening. Right now, though, we have him running chip counts for us. Like I said, shorthanded tonight, folks.
That's where I
Yeah,
totally
Brad
expect
first
like a straight flush to
Yeah.
lose to a royal flush.
Tony's? Go.
Oh,
Oh, so everyone's getting paid? Okay. Okay.
That's where I got confused. Don and Ron. Right next to you, so it's like, I was like,
Yeah, I got you. Thanks. All right, folks. Here is the prize pool for tonight. They are going to pay the entire table. Now, our total prize pool for this evening is $2,500. First place is going to get $1030. Second place will receive $685. Third place is going to receive $490. Then 140, 140, 140, and 25, 25, 25, 25. So they are going to pay the entire table, but of course it's weighted very high to the top 3. Steve here has 4 to the nut flush draw. Trevor trying to represent.
850.
Looks like he bets 850. Steve calls without hesitation. Steve does have the best hand, but Trevor did bet 1,200. And Steve did miss his draws, looking at ace high, but it is going to be the best card, best hand. And Trevor does make him fold.
Shuffles real quick.
Shout out to Missy and Julie. What's up, people? My good friends from the local area.
Button good?
And there's a quick chip count. Trevor is in the lead with 10.5K chips.
Don.
Wait, hold on. Wait for Bobby.
So the Akron Poker League meets every other Monday. Typically, thanks, Julie. Typically, I know I'm not the eye candy. I'm just a wonderful voice. I get it. I got it. Meet every other Monday and play a tournament. for 10 weeks, each based upon where you bust out in a tournament, you get assigned point value for your place. So those point values then are accumulated throughout the 10-11 week season, and the top 8 in points automatically get a bid to this final game, which is a larger pot. There's no buy-in tonight. This is just a league-funded pot. And then they have a wild card game in which 2 people who aren't in the final table will win seats via wild card. So, and that's how we ended up. This is the end of the season, or the end of the first half of 2015 season. And since the Akron Poker League meets here in the Poker on Air studios every other Monday, we decided to broadcast the final game. Give you guys all another extra wonderful night of Poker on Air. So at least Toby's here with me.
I am. Nibble on it as the night goes. Anybody else have any candy you want to give me?
You want them?
No, I got fireballs. I got collect
Usually see
some.
those for little boys.
Ron,
Don't have your hand.
Your cards on the.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
The wild card winners are Tony, seat number 9, and Brad, who is seat number 5. They were the wild card winners. Steve, I believe, ended up being the overall point leader for the regular season. Yes, Ryan, I'm in this league, and I stink, which is why I'm here in the announcer's booth. Thanks for bringing it up. It's painful. So Ron with an ace-jack off suit raises the 175, and Brad with queen-9 off folds. And we're going to move on to the next hand.
what?
We got a resident pervert over here.
I don't know. I think blinds, except blinds are 18 minutes long. 5100 we started out. We should be kind of close to the next blind level.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And you know what? It's
Worldwide.
it's one of my least offensive shirts.
Well, you were being courteous.
I've got one at home that says.
If that shirt doesn't do it, I don't know what will.
I've got one at home that says millions of my children died on your dark stage.
That was good.
Trevor opens up betting, raising the 150.
Boston.
Got another one.
Paul Boston with a suited 8-9
It's
makes the call from the big blind position. Trevor hits top pair. Boston hits mid pair.
Boston calls.
200 bet by Trevor and a call by Boston. And Boston hits 2 pair on the turn. Trevor's top pair. Still going to initiate the betting.
Boston calls.
250. Boston just calls. Diamond draw making him nervous.
300.
And a 300 bet to Trevor. He's going to find out that he's got a loser.
Good.
Yeah, one time around,
Hey Chris, welcome back. First place tonight. This is the final game of the Akron Poker League, and there was our blind button, blind buzzer. Sorry, Chris. First place is winning slightly over $1,000 tonight. All seats are being paid. Weighted to the top three. First place is 1,030, second 685, and third 490.
These lines of what I'm seeing here. It's very possible.
The Don stuff. There we go. We're good.
B Mills working the tablet back there. Be in the announcer's room with me shortly.
His girlfriend tells him.
Ooh, that sounds like a T-shirt.
That's a compliment, right?
200, Ron.
Oh,
No, he's.
Ron raises 200. Ace Queen offsuit.
I'm kind of
You sure it's her?
Fairly.
I don't like to mess around so much. I got things to do.
He's a champion.
Don't believe he's getting any callers. Missy, I cannot believe that you have that shirt. Needs to change the blinds on the tablet. They are now 5,100 as I heard the buzzer go off.
Just
Oh, yeah, that's right. You raised it.
My aces, I raised
I didn't even think
250, 225, and everybody ran. I thought Rick would call for sure.
It's really weird sitting in this room all by yourself. I feel like I should be talking to somebody, but I'm really talking to myself, even though you guys are all listening. It's just a very odd feeling.
Down.
Right. 3 1/4.
Done.
I will laugh if you wear it Saturday. Don with his turn with Ace Queen offsuit raises 325. Rick's thinking about his pocket fours and just makes the call.
Heads up.
Don hits his top pair.
6 bills.
Bet 600. I did not think that Rick was going to make that call here. I played with him in the league this year. I don't want to give away any tells. Of course, since I'm here in the announcer's booth, maybe I don't really know tells because obviously I didn't make top 10.
Now somebody's bitching about the chairs.
Trevor under the gun, 5-7 offsuit, into the muck.
I was worried about that. I was worried that everyone's going to be playing better because they're so comfortable tonight. 300.
Strobe 86. No, this is actually not in a basement. It is in the Poker on Air studios located in Akron, Ohio.
Paul agrees.
Lovely downtown Akron.
Brad, are you mad you're not in your customary seat?
As you can see through the window behind the players, we're on the 27th floor,
I think you did on purpose, actually. Now you make it.
the Poker Penthouse.
You're hitting it, trying to hold everybody, and it gets it before you do, and you don't realize till it's like you're you don't realize till it's like 4 people going by, and dealer goes 3-handed, and you got 2-handed. Well, I'm not gonna make that mistake, Paul. Okay, I hope you don't, because it's a pain in the ass. Because I make it just about every week.
Don't forget your name. I was gonna say, you probably learned from mistakes like that.
I didn't want him to forget.
I don't do it as much. How's that?
Stro, this is the final game of the first half of the 2015 Akron Poker League season, and they had requested that we broadcast their final
Yeah.
game. So there was no buy-in for tonight. This is just prize pool money that's been collected throughout the entire season.
Cool.
First place is going to get slightly over $1,000 tonight.
Cool.
Every person at the table is getting paid. However, it's slightly weighted to the top 3. Steve, who's won this tournament won this league many years, 3 to 4 years straight, has pocket kings here in the cutoff position and raises a 600.
Smell you later.
Me too.
And he doesn't get any callers.
You guys know the first victim out is the dealer, right?
The dealer,
See a lot of people playing tight, I think is the result.
What if I like to deal? Should I just aggressive then?
Yeah.
Yeah, just play like you normally do, you know?
Buttons on right? Buttons here, right?
Actually, I think
Did you guys?
No, you move it.
Just be in the back.
Wow.
Outside. I might not be playing the game, but that's good. Yes, you do.
No cameras on the table. Cameras are just focused on the players. The table is an RFID table, radio frequency identification. All the cards are chipped.
Cool.
And each of those, if you see the dark green circles on the table, players just need to hover their cards over the circles.
Cool.
That information is fed through our network and onto your screen. And thanks for joining us tonight, Flame Rebirth.
Trevor calls.
Sorry.
I can see the call.
Oh,
That's
all right. Total.
I can say that.
All right.
Ron raised to 250. Trevor called with 5-7 suited. Ron does hit his jack. Trevor gets 1 diamond. I think he goes away from this hand as Ron bets here. $300 bet. The weekly games are a $50 buy-in. There's typically 25, 30 players on the weekly league games. Someday, I'll get Chris to come down and play in the league.
Got so many extra factors now.
you get the blue deck and it's switch out. Does that help?
Can you run 2 or no? Yeah. Maybe some don't really wait till break. That way we can make sure everything's up and snuff.
You have to do anything or just grab the deck?
It's already been calculated.
Yeah, I could be shuffling while you're. You want
So
something?
what happens,
It's just every week that pops up.
oh, does it? I'm usually got my back to it. So we're gone by now.
You good, Bobby?
He's in it right.
Rick folded.
I folded. Okay, maybe that's
Yeah, Chris, you.
3 1/4.
No, it's not. So I like refresh it. It should. It's not. Get 2 new cards.
See what Ryan does here with his pocket tens. Blinds are
My
5,100.
cards aren't reading.
Oh, he did raise it to 325.
Hold mine.
Or you can play if you want.
It's not reading the hand, but you're playing it. Alright, fine.
Tony with pocket fives makes the call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was I. Yes, sir.
And looks like we're going to have 2 players. Tens versus fives.
Really? 7.
Ryan and Tony heads up in this match. Pocket 10 still best. Ace is kind of a scare card. Let's see what Ryan does here. He's going to continue bet. $400.
You'll be gone by the time this game is over.
Turn cards a jack. Ryan does get the check mark. And the reason he gets a check mark is that our system considers all folded mucked cards as well. Obviously, both 5s are out.
10.
Yeah,
There's a 5 got left behind.
thank you, sir. Trying to cheat me.
I think I can do.
We would have told you. You're right, Don. Here you go. I had no idea why he was winking at me. I'm like,
Blunt Step, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining the show again.
Man, you are a bad partner.
Long-time fan. I think they're from day one.
I did not say
Blunt
that.
Step in the house.
That's what I heard.
Today on CNN, it had a picture of the new Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, I saw
Oh,
that.
okay.
When I first saw it, I thought like the forgotten Jenner, like your
He's
some
hot, ain't he?
sister.
Yes, he is. He's smoking.
Or is
Well,
it
since we're
true?
broadcasting on a Monday, Blunt Step,
It?
He's
Uh,
a she now.
B-Mill was supposed to be back here
Oh,
with
it's
me.
officially a she now.
But since everyone that works here, or 4 people that work here, are actually playing, kind of sparsely populated on employees today.
Yeah, you sometimes just
Is it on there now?
I like switching the cards sometimes.
get them both on there, yeah, at the same time,
Three.
move 'em around.
It's designed to be two for one, so.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not.
Sometimes the sensor moves a little bit, that's why you.
It's like we're trying to get the cards to read, struggling.
So Nancy
Yeah,
said,
I think
"Goodbye,
I
office."
think we should keep playing, don't you?
Yeah,
No.
ready?
No, we have. Different than the cash game, because you got a clock running.
Well, Joker, it's kind of weird sitting in a room all by yourself, and the only people that I'm talking to are you guys, so I appreciate the chat feedback as well. And I'm with you. I think that table commentary, or listening to table talk in the hands is good for the game as well.
If you're in a bad mood, I'll leave you alone.
I wanted to play him.
Are you in a bad mood?
If you stop, that would be great.
All right.
Thanks, Blunt. We added that this week. Glad you appreciate that.
Did we take him?
See, tag team, Eiffel Tower.
I was thinking.
Oh, and there goes the 7 deuce, hits the flop.
Actions here.
Just talking about that, but Tony flops the best of it.
Queen of Hearts.
Ron does have best pair right now. Tony's got the flush redraw with the ace of hearts.
Just 500. Just joking. Going apart. And a call.
Ron bets 500. Tony calls.
9 ball.
And Ron's going to get the check mark.
Check. It's the top shot. It's the easiest shot ever. I'm going 2-1.
Pair of queens.
Ron bets 700. Tony calls.
Okay, ladies.
I need the button.
Tony did check to Ron.
Is your birthday?
It is.
Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Everybody could just donate your winnings to the Steve Day Foundation.
I told him I was getting him a check raise for his birthday.
Forgot to mention that they were talking about Steve. It's his birthday today, so if everyone could get that. There's Steve in the blue. We call him Blue Hair, because he's like one of the older guys in our league, but great poker player, great guy. It's his birthday today. You might want to give him a shout out. Happy birthday to Steve Day.
We call him Q-Tip.
Q-tip. Thanks, Len. I like to call him Blue Hair when I'm at the table with him and ask him if he drank his Ensure for the day. Trevor opened up from the hijack position for 300 chipperoos. Papa Smurf, I like it, scalps. Folded around to golf ball. Golf ball Paul, that is. I'm sorry, it looks like the action is different. Golf ball bet 600. And Trevor called.
Dempsey me, huh? That shout out because his win the other day.
What's that?
Honoring the Dempsey. It's cruel. So cruel. Being with one of my best friend's hands.
How did Dempsey go between us?
Which one? Rifle Tower.
Your preference is Mike, right?
Talking to your Paul.
Sure.
All right. It's on Paul Boston, 6-8. Suited card. Which I love 6-8 suited. I don't know why.
Psycho table.
Under the gun. I don't like it so much. Paul dumps it as well. Golf ball Paul with ace-9. Now that's the Dempsey hand, the ace-9 that Trevor was referring
Didn't
to
the last
last
time
hand.
something like that happened, there was one certain card it wasn't reading, Tony?
Yeah. 3.5.
Ron raises with pocket aces to 350. Over to Rick with 8-9 suited. He makes the call.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're going to have 3 players of this flop.
Yeah, if your phone's on it, good.
And that's the end of level 2.
75, 150.
Next will be 75, 150 after this hand. Ron bets out his aces with 600 on a 4-5-7 flop.
Player Tater.
Rick lets it go. Doesn't want to play that gutter shot. And looks like Paul folds as well. Aces are going to win. Take the pot down.
Oh, 75, 150. It went around so fast. Unless I can or you could call. Oh, yeah. There you go. So no matter what, call.
Yeah, exactly. If you get 7 deuce, just call.
Yeah. I'm calling because I want the odd amount of
Oregon?
chips.
I need Trevor Green. Good.
You jack me all up.
Starting chip stack was 8,000 in tournament chips. And we are now at a 75, 150 blind level, 3rd level of the tournament. Birthday boy Steve Day raises the pot 300, called by Tony with Jack Queen suited. And
725. 7 1/4.
Brad makes a raise to 725. Yeah, it looks like I got a feeling his first few levels people were playing a little tighter than I agree with Missy, and I agree with Troll that I think that 8-9, I would have made that call there for for the bet. But people play a little tight here in the first few levels of this tournament. Everyone wants to make a little bit of cash.
Tweet trade.
Check.
Steve does check. Brad's checking out the board. Makes a bet 1,000 and Steve folds.
All good.
I agree, Blunt. Kind of a weird bet. I played with Brad a lot in the tournament. He always seems one of those guys that catches me on the river. But interesting now that I get to see him play a few hands. Hi, folks. Glad you can join us tonight. I'm sitting here solo in the announcer's booth, waiting for someone to come back and talk with me. We'll talk to some of the players as they bust out. So if you happen to have any questions for any of the players, as they bust out, we'll bring them back here and we'll talk to them and we can just drill them. So, and I think they just showed my Twitter handle. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that's Suited Dan. I'll let you know whenever we got a game coming up. And I don't know, sometimes I tweet kind of crazy stuff. So glad y'all can join us tonight. If anyone wants to go get me a pizza or something, I'm up for it.
Pass. Call.
Don't laugh at me, Blunt Stuff. I actually dressed up tonight.
2 players.
Even stacks tonight, Don.
Check.
Continuation bet from Don with 10-9. Bet 700. Paul calls with pocket nines. Over pair.
Check.
Queen hits the board.
Check the back.
Check
Close.
to Paul. And Don's gonna bet 12 here in the river.
Whoa. Four.
With a total miss, Don bets it and Paul folds. And I think they threw some cards on the floor, so they were calling for the floor. Ryan, you're a liar. Don't spread rumors like that. This is a sit-and-go tournament. It's the Akron Poker League's final game of the first half of 2015. And I think there was like a $2,500 prize pool tonight. First place is going to receive $1,030. Everyone's getting paid tonight. The top 3 are weighted heaviest, of course. No buy-in tonight. It's a progressive pot from like an 11-week league. But $2,500 in a total prize pool, $8K in starting chips. And don't forget, we'll be broadcasting a 1-2 cash game on our normal Tuesday. Ryan, it's Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We'll be back here at 7 p.m. with a 1-2 cash game. And we hope you can join us there for Poker on Air as well. And upcoming this summer, oops, we got Steve here with Pocket Queens. And Tony called with a 5-9 suited and hit bottom pair and has a gut shot. Steve bets 400 and Tony just flats that bet. 2 comes in, really no help for anybody. Steve bets 1,200. Tony's still with pair 5s and a gut shot. Raises. Raises the 2.7. That's 1,500 for Steve the call. Birthday boy Steve. Not liking what he's seeing here. Shaking his head in disgust. He thinks his queens are beat.
Then the other one.
Bruce Jenner. Wow, Steve Fool's Pack of Queens here. What a move by Tony. I think that I just jammed my queens there. Don't think Steve was ready to lead the tournament yet, even though he had best hand. I think he wanted to stick around a bit longer. Hopefully Chris lets me roomie with him so I can live in Vegas with him. Hi folks, it's me again. Len must want to see my pretty face tonight.
Totally naked.
Dan, how naked are you right now?
They want to know how many pieces of clothing that I've
I was trying to
ripped.
juice that Steve.
Yeah.
Still fully clothed,
Steve's birthday present.
at least from the waist up.
You can find it.
Then you have to be gift wrapped.
It's wrapped in hair. Does that count?
Hey, how can they be making fun of me? I haven't said one mean word about anybody out there yet.
Or a hair diaper.
Full hair.
Or at least Toby's hanging out with me tonight. B Mill, I hope that he comes in here really soon, and then I feel like I can actually talk to somebody and not just talk to myself. There's Rick's support for single moms.
Strangers in the night,
Oh, hey, Len.
at the table, all alone this night.
That's Len, our producer. He must
Dealer mode.
want to chime in here and sing a little song for us.
I feel sorry for you. You're all alone back there.
Thanks, Len. It's really weird. It's like, I mean, I've never talked to myself before. Well, at least so much. It's like I'm sitting here watching TV and I'm just talking to myself. I have the chat room to keep me company, and that's all that really matters.
There you go. What are they saying in chat tonight?
They're talking about how terrible you sing.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, looks like Paul took it tonight, didn't he? Took that hand.
Yeah. We'll start seeing, generally, well, I don't know, with AK stack, probably at level 4 or 5, we'll start seeing some chips really move around here. Just get it. This is like the appetizer line, these first few levels. Everybody just tastes a little bite here and there. Pretty soon it'll be all in.
I think that our audience would be interested to know that I know absolutely nothing about poker. I don't play the game. I just help run the show.
Yeah, Len is actually a TV producer. Beacon Productions, is that right, Len? I'll make sure I say
That's
that right.
right.
Beacon
That's
Productions. And we found Len and said, hey, look, we want to run a poker show, and you can help us make great TV. And so Len came in, and this is why we are as visually appealing as we are. So we thank Len. And we're trying to teach him poker. We want to take him to a casino one day. I think that'll be fun.
I'll watch.
It's seamless, right? Between him and Jared?
Worldwide.
2 players. On Brad first.
He's got sunglasses on, and nobody will probably know it's him.
Well, Brad flops a
Hey, you're clever.
gut shot here.
You're on the one.
Option is on him. Looks like he's counting out a bet.
Me neither, but
Tony has Jack 6 of hearts.
For the next Yoda.
6.5.
Yoda, excuse me.
Does bet 650.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Star Wars.
Tony thinking, can I go runner on hearts? And decides no. Everybody wants to play poker with Len.
Yeah, because I would lose and they'd take all my money.
That's what the chat room's saying, and they're saying Beacon Productions makes lifeguard dogs.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
see,
That's a new show that we were pitching to Animal Planet called Lifeguard Dogs. We were also pitching a show to Animal Planet called House Call Vets. And we're currently working on a documentary for the Smithsonian Channel called Airships, A New Journey Begins. We actually were filming at the Goodyear Air Dock and filmed for an entire year out there while they were building Wingfoot 1, the new airship that Goodyear just christened this last summer.
So look at that. Somebody knows Beacon Productions and has watched or seen Lifeguard Dogs and brought it up in chat. And Len, since you can't see chat, and now I'm just going to read it to you. Don says, Len, all you need to know is when an opponent checks, you bet. When they bet, you raise. When they raise, you go all in. That's all you need to know. Simple.
That does sound simple, actually. I actually have been starting to learn more as I kind of watch the game and just kind of see what happens.
One of the show ideas that I wanted to have on one of our broadcasts is that each member of the Poker on Air team takes a person that's never played poker before and can coach them during the game when we broadcast it. I so want to do it.
You could coach me.
All right, sold.
I'm being multi-talented. I'm running the switcher, switching the camera angles at the same time talking to you. That can be difficult.
It is. Well, and
So
here's the
if you see
thing.
me mess up the action here, it's because I'm trying to talk and do everything.
Well, and here's the thing: is like Len doesn't play poker, so he's not at the poker table tonight. I obviously stink, so I'm working tonight. Everyone else is having fun on the poker table. And Len, you still want me to be your coach?
Yeah. Suited Dan, why not?
Why not? I have mad poker skills.
It's fun. Just do whatever you're gonna do.
Make sure I keep the cameras here going with the action.
Maybe
Take a look at what his
mine
two cards
before,
are.
Red.
You can't see it.
Maybe.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Duh. I was thinking that way maybe see if it was the same card that was caused.
What we can do is, I can look at his hand after this. So keep his hand aside, and I'll see what cards are in there.
4 and a quarter.
Just to see if it's one specific.
Golf ball Paul with his Queen 8 of Hearts raises to 425. Back over to Trevor with Ace Queen suited.
Just that raise.
I'm feeling he's probably going to 3-bet him here. No, he just called.
It could be a level.
Don, Ace Jack. We got some action here, Len. You're gonna see some action.
I fold.
If I was gonna just ship it
Already got 1,500 in a pot.
after that.
They're both Bobby for them.
Three of us?
You're not gonna forget, are you?
No.
I don't think Bobby likes it.
3 to the flop. We got 2 diamonds. Trevor's gonna flop them.
Look at him, look at him.
Trevor's gonna flop his nut flush draw. Paul hits his 8.
No wonder I'm losing.
Top pair has the best hand at the moment.
Bobby's looking at the cards and going, "You folded that?"
Really? Was that 1,000?
1,000.
Paul bets his 8, 1K to Trevor. Trevor raises him to 2,600.
Look how intense Paul is.
He does make the
Got
call.
his poker face.
Yeah. He still is best right now, and he still has top pair on the board. He does check it over. He gives Trevor the advantage to make the move, and Trevor moves all in with his draw. Trevor is behind in the hand, so Paul's got some thinking to do.
Yes, he does. He's saying, should I fold? Should I fold?
Well, it could be his tournament right here. Trevor's all in for 6K. Paul stacks only 5,200. So if Paul does make the call here, he puts his tournament at risk.
How much?
59.
There are 7 live outs that Trevor does have. And that's the end of level 3. Ooh, Paul throws it in the muck. Nice bet, Trevor. He could have been famous. He could have been famous and knocked Troy out of this tournament.
100, 200.
But Troy stacks up some more chips. Blinds
Yeah,
are now
he's happy about that.
Yeah, blinds are now 100, 200.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
You shouldn't say that's his birthday.
I meant me.
There's a 2? Yeah, 150.
Too.
FT Hustler 420. Hey, just letting you know, this isn't one of our normal broadcast nights, and we're a little short staffed, so we don't have a dealer. Tomorrow's our normal where we're full staff, so we will have a dealer shortly this evening, hopefully within the next half hour.
Slide to the right. Like 20.
And then we'll move away from Trevor having the deal.
Check from Brad.
Nice flop. A little something for everybody, except for Brad.
6.
Paul bets out 600. Over to Ron, who hit mid-pair.
Sayonara.
He's going to let it go. Over to Brad.
Peace out.
And he lets it go. Guys want
He's
to
gonna get some little- he's gonna get a little
give a little
flavor.
feedback to Troy? Let Troy know how he's dealing tonight.
He's good. He's good.
He's just so good. He's, some booyahs and some such like that. Buttons right?
Yes. He gets some funny comments in. I don't know if you can hear them.
Not yet. Let's look at our mic system.
Well, the reason the guy is on the iPad is that while the cards are being read with the RFID chips, in order to keep track of the chips that are going into the pot in everyone's chip stack, we need someone to manually input that information. That's why he's on the tablet. Hey, Len, why don't you holler out there after this hand if they can put up a chip count?
Will do.
Thanks, man.
Deuces.
Now, this is the final game of the Akron Poker League first half 2015 season. It's about a sit-and-go tournament. 8K in starting chips. We're on the 4th blind level, 100, 200. It's about a $2,500 prize pool.
And if you ever have to.
I just wanted to imagine what the price of there. Oops. There's our chip count. Trevor in the lead with 12.7K in chips, followed by Ron. 8K was the starting stack.
And you know Jerry, are you?
They're working on the technology for RFID chips. We've been researching it, talking to a few vendors. Just a little expensive to, just the cards that they're using. It's about $150 just for one deck of cards because of the technology that's in them.
So I wonder what a full set of chips would be.
You guys.
Chat room's going political.
5 ounce, not what I like to attack.